Border Gateway Protocol has some intricacies that we must really understand. They will impact us. And this is among the more important quirks to BGP. I want you to read this. The next hop is going to be unchanged while forwarding from eBGP to IBGP. So they are illustrating what would happen. So let's say we got network X, so whatever prefix we want, being advertised from router 1. Now router 1 has an IP address, which here we're simplifying as, let's say, A.1. So that network gets advertised to us via a BGP update, is received, and it hits R2. Now, when R2 advertises this into the autonomous system via an IBGP update, it does not manipulate this address. It does not manipulate the next hop address. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not even sure what the deal is with these next hop addresses. Well, understand this. Understand this. The next hop address is paired up with all prefixes. So you can view the next hop addresses with show IP BGP. You must be able to reach this next hop address in order to use the route. And we would know if we can use the route or not via the star. Okay? So we have to be able to reach this next hop address. Going back to our challenges, does R3 automatically know how to reach A.1? Does R3 know implicitly how to reach A.1? That's my question for you. That's my question for you. Does it know implicitly how to reach that? Put some big question marks there. The answer is no. Let's ask ourselves, does R2 know? Does R2 know how to reach A.1? What's the answer here? R2 does, because it is part of a directly connected subnet. And do we know that it's directly connected? Yes, we do, because eBGP neighborships have to be on a direct link. That is a requirement. So we know R2 knows how to reach that, but what we don't know is if R3 can reach it. So there's two solutions to this. One is that R2 could advertise via its IGP this subnet. It could advertise the subnet between R1 and R2, and therefore that would inject it into the IGP. R3 would then be able to reach it. However, there is a better way to go. And the better way to go is to use the next hop self command, which says, hey, I've got this IBGP neighbor. You only use this with IBGP neighbors. And I want to override the next hop behavior so that it becomes me. And that address that I am now giving as the next hop is part of the autonomous system that R3 is part of. It's part of my neighbor's autonomous system, which is much more likely to be a known IP address to router 3. And therefore, you are going to restore connectivity or build a good IBGP neighborship where the prefixes that we advertise are going to be usable by the receiving IBGP peers. So in my mind, this is a always do it command to an IBGP neighbor. Always use next hop self when you are tailoring the configuration for an IBGP neighbor.